Okay, guys. I'm here to review WWE Extreme Rules 2015. This show was an average show. Now, if you like in-ring work and that's the only thing that matters to you, this show had a lot of good in-ring work. But it wasn't that good of a show overall, in my opinion. Okay? I think that some of these booking decisions made no sense and just all that. And it's clear where they're going on some things doesn't really interest me. This match will not be included in the star rating for this show because it was the kickoff show, and I do not consider that part of the actual pay-per-view because it was a pre-show kickoff match, which was Neville versus Bad News Barrett, which is happening solely because Daniel Bryan is injured and could not defend the Intercontinental Championship. Well, Neville and Barrett was a good match, very good. Neville won, which I was okay with because Neville, quite frankly, has lost his other televised matches since debuting when he beat Curtis Axel. So this is an okay thing. It's not going to be included with the main review, though. And by the way, can we change up the kickoff panel? Like when you threw in rotating legends, those were good. These ones, no. So the official opening match of this show is the Chicago Street Fight. Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper, which went outside into a car and drove up the street. Now, what the WWE should have done here, and I hope that was not, and I was thinking, is that going to be the actual finish of this match? Because if so, that sucks. Okay? But if they were going to do it, they could have had a cameraman go and show for about an hour or so, like with the Piper and Goldust thing from WrestleMania 12, where you saw where they went, and you could have seen them fighting at like a random Target or someplace. But eventually they came back to the ring, and Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds to win the match. Good that Ambrose won a match, because he hasn't won a match since the Shield broke up. Which was almost a year ago. He hasn't won a pay-per-view match since then, so it's good that he won a pay-per-view match. So that is what it is. Okay match, I'd say the 1.5 stars. Next match of the night was the Kiss Me Arse match between Big Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. Okay match. Ziggler for some reason won, and then Sheamus refuses to hear his own stipulation, which I understand that from a heel standpoint that might make a little bit of sense, but really, since you're trying to build Sheamus up like this monster heel, why don't you just have him beat Ziggler in a way? Because you're trying to make him a big bad heel, a big monster heel, and he's losing it all Ziggler in his first pay-per-view match back, which I'm guessing is going to continue the feud. And these guys have had better matches anyway than this, so 1.5 stars. Wrong guy won, because I actually think Sheamus should have won. So then we get the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, or as I've been calling them, the Swiss Factor, versus the New Day. Very good match, actually. This is actually a very good tag match. I'm not going to deny that it wasn't a good tag match. But the thing is, why give the New Day the tag team titles? Because, yes, they're heels, but they're not getting the heel heat that you want. Their heat is the X-Pac heat, where people just don't want to see the guy, and it's because of their gimmick. Okay, and I'm not going to and I applaud Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods for trying to make this a heel thing and making it work, but the fact is, it's a dumb gimmick, and it has always been a dumb gimmick. It's not character, it's stereotype. Stereotype is not character. Okay, and Cesaro and Kidd should have retained these championships, because you could use either team to drop these titles to the Lucha Dragons, which is obviously what's going to happen, is the Lucha Dragons are going to obviously win the tag team titles. But you could use either Kidd and Cesaro or New Day for that. You don't need one or the other. So, because I doubt this means that they're going to make Cesaro and Kidd face, even though they played face in this match and did it quite well. I don't think it's going to go to them like having Cesaro and Kid be a face tag team. So, good match, 2.5 stars. So the next match is the Russian chain match. John Cena versus Rusev. And basically what is nothing more than a generic Texas bull rope match. Because all the spots were the same that you would see in any Texas bull rope match, where you have to touch all 4 corners anyway. Half a star because I wasn't that entertained by this match. Cena won, as I knew he would. I didn't do a predictions vid, but I knew Cena was going to win. And then we also find out that at Extreme Rules, that at Payback, it's going to be John Cena versus Rusev in an I Quit match. WWE, can I just give you a word of advice for storyline purposes? If you want anyone to believe John Cena can lose a match, or would lose to Rusev for their fourth meeting, don't make it an I Quit match. Make it anything else, a last man standing match or something like that. Don't make it an I Quit match, because John Cena has never lost an I Quit match. And it takes away your whole will Cena lose thing. So, unless Rusev does manage to win at Payback, I don't see that happening. That'd be the closest thing to a miracle I could see. But, yeah. And I'm not looking forward to that. This feud should be over already. Rusev's already lost twice, and the first loss was by pinfall. So, this feud really should be over by now. So then we get the Divas Championship match. Naomi versus, Nikki Bella versus Naomi. This is essentially 2 heels, although Nikki is kind of wrestling as a face in this match. It was an okay woman's match. Naomi's shoes were annoying. I'll say that. Okay woman's match, 1 star for what it was. Nikki Bella won, which defeats the purpose of turning Naomi heel, if you want my opinion. But whatever. So, then we get Roman Reigns versus The Big Show in what I actually think is the best match of this show. In their last man standing match. 3 stars here because honestly it told the story it could. Could I have done with the not selling? Oh yeah, I could have done without everyone doing that. I mean, anything you did, these guys were getting up at 8, and I understand that you want to give false finishes in a last man standing match a lot, but there comes a time, a chokeslam off the top for 2 tables, or just a chokeslam for 2 tables out of the Superman punch, should logically end the match. Okay? So I could have done without some of that. Reigns won, as I figured he would. But like I said, I think it was a very good match, even if it did have a repeat finish from when Del Rio did it on SmackDown in 2013. So, 3-star match. Then we get the main event, the Steel Cage match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship with the RKO band. Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, in a thing that really became far too overbooked for its own good. The first story they're obviously trying to tell is that whole thing about, well, Kane opened the door for Seth Rollins, and then it turns into the whole, how will Randy Orton about the RKO, blah, blah thing. So let's fast forward here to the finish. Kane comes in, and this is when this match comes all about Kane. He chokeslams J&J Security. He chokeslams Orton. Chokeslams Rollins. Puts Rollins on top of Orton. Orton kicks out. Kane goes to Tombstone Orton. Orton then RKO's Kane, which I guess is legal because Kane's not in the match. Then Seth Rollins RKO's Orton and escapes the cage. While I admit that storyline-wise that opens up some massive problems, it's what a heel should do. Seth blatantly cheated and did not abide by his own stipulation. This is what a heel should do. It's the way you get the kind of heel heat that you need to get. So it at least would make for it's going to make for at least what I think would be one interesting segment on Raw, and how Seth's going to explain using the move that he banned to win this cage match. But I also think this is setting up definitely setting up a triple threat match between Orton, Rollins, Orton, and Kane, and they might throw Reigns in there just because. So it's either going to be a triple threat or a fatal four-way at Payback involving Kane. So 1 star for the main event, because honestly it wasn't as good as it could have been, because I actually thought the WrestleMania match was much, much better. It was a much better finish. But that finish can't happen anymore if the curb stop being banned. So, or if it's not banned. I don't know if it is or not. So, anyway, that's my review of Extreme Rules 2015. It's probably going to equal into a C show, roughly. So, which is what it should be, because in-ring action was fine, but some of the stuff it's setting up in the future isn't, so I can't rate it any higher than a C on my grading scale, and that's probably what it will show up to be, between a D plus and a C minus, roughly. So, if you like the video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.